Hello everyone, welcome to Suprabha Academy MPSC English Medium course for combined exam Group B and Group C. My name is Akshay and today we are taking the topic of history subject based on social reformers. So today our topic is based on the social reformer named as Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Okay, the great personality, a great social reformer here from which the overall social reform movement started, or we can say the father of social reformer. Okay, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Okay, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Okay, so here you can see his image. Okay, going through some basic information. So Mahatma Jyotiba Phule was born on 11 April 1827 at Dhanakwadi, Pune. Okay, in Pune district. He lived during the period of 1827 to 1890 and he died in 1890 in district of Pune. Okay, he lived overall for 63 years. Okay, why we are taking this information? Because commission asked this question, that where the social reformer or any personality was born, at what, in which year, at what place. Okay, so that's why this information is important. Okay, moving on to the next slide, that is family background. Here in this slide, or here we will take a look that where he was, basically where was his origin, where was his proper hometown. Okay, what was the name of his father, his mother, his wife, and each and everything. Moving on to the slide, his native village of Phule family was Khatun at Khatav Taluka, Satara district. Okay, Jyotiba himself was born at Dhanakwadi, Pune district, which we have discussed earlier. The family original surname was Ghore. Okay, not Phule. But after they shifted to Pune and they started the profession of florist, their name was changed to Phule. Fine. The original surname was Gore. Fine. His grandfather's name was Shereba and his father name was Govindrao. The mother name of Mahatma Phule was Chimna Bai. Okay, just note it down and memorize this information. So if in future the question comes on based on this information, it would be easy to tackle that question. Moving on to the next slide, childhood and early education. Okay, when Jyotiba Phule was 1 year old, his mother passed away. After that, he was raised by his aunt Saguna Bai Shirsagar, who was regarded as sister of Jyotiba Phule's father. Okay, Jyotiba's early education began in Pune at Pantoji School, where he studied he continued his education in the language of Marathi. After that, Jyotiba began his secondary education at Scottish Missionary School in English language. As the age of 13 years, at the age of 13 years, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule got married to Savitri Bai Phule. Savitri Bai Phule was the daughter of Khandoji Nevse of Naigaon. Savitri Bai Phule at marriage, at marriage, her age was only 9 years. Okay. Yes, the formation of revolutionary outlook, where Mahatma Phule got that revolutionary outlook, where he started thinking, at what moment he started thinking about revolution and reform for education and social backwardness. Okay, so Jyotiba Phule received a training in marksmanship from Lahuji Sadwe. Okay, he was a member of untouchable community and he has sown the seeds of progressive and revolutionary ideas to Mahatma Phule. Fine. Two incidents played a decisive role in the life of Mahatma Phule. The first incident is related to a humiliation suffered during the procession of a wedding of his friend, who was a Brahmin belonging to the backward community. Mahatma Phule was humiliated for attending the procession. Okay, the second incident is for witnessing a head shaving ritual where a head shaving was being performed of a 9-year-old girl because she got widowed. Okay, fine, at the age of 9 years. Fine. So these two incidents change the outlook of Mahatma Phule. Okay, the next topic is pioneering works in education. So at Budhwar Pet in Tatya Sahib Bhide's Wada, Bhide Wada. Okay, it is a famous place in Pune, Bhide Wada. Jyotiba and Savitri started India's first girls' school. Okay, just imagine at that moment they were such a revolutionary figures that they have started the first Indian school for girls in Pune. Okay, known as Native Female School. At the opening day, they also got enrolled 8 girls for the first batch. This is important information for combined exam because commission may ask that how many girls were enrolled in the very first batch of first education school for girls in India. Okay, started by Mahatma Phule and Savitri Bai Phule. Now, the second incident is due to strong opposition, Mahatma Phule and Savitribai Phule was engaged in the upliftment of untouchables and Shudras by educating them. Okay, so due to these efforts, they were boycotted and they were opposed for these efforts, and because this boycott, they have to leave their home and they got shifted and stayed at Usman Sheikh's Wada in Ganjpet near Pune, where they came in contact with Fatima Sheikh, and Fatima Sheikh ultimately became the first Muslim teacher of India, and she was associated with Savitribai Phule and Mahatma Phule. Here there is a portrait of Fatima Sheikh and Savitribai Phule. Just have a look. Okay, so Mahatma Phule also started a separate school for untouchables. Okay, at Vedad Pet in Pune, where Dhuraji Appaji Chamhar and Ganu Shivaji Mang were the teachers. So Mahatma Phule also started a school for untouchables as well to start their upliftment process. Jyotiba also contributed in knowledge dissemination by opening a library known as, or it was called as, Pune Library. That in that era Pune was known as Pune. Okay, he also submitted a petition to the governors for asking the funds for school education of girls. Okay, between 1848 and 1852 Mahatma Phule started 18 schools, okay, in Pune and surrounding areas. Commission has asked this question that how many schools were started by Mahatma Phule in total between 1848 and 1852. Okay, so all this information, it might look very brief, okay, but this is the important information and where the question might be asked by the commission. Coming to the social reforms, in 1877 he established relief camps for the famine affected students in Dhanakwadi, Pune. He also founded Victoria Orphan Asylum. Okay, so this is important to be noted that which asylum Mahatma Phule started, that was Victoria Orphan Asylum, inspired by Jyotiba, okay, inspired by Mahatma Phule. Krishna Rao Bhalekar launched a weekly known as Deen Bandhu, and later this Deen Bandhu was effective in spreading the Satyashodhak ideas. In 1874, a branch of Satyashodhak Samaj was opened in Mumbai. Okay, here you can see this is the Mahatma Phule Wada, okay, where Satyashodhak Samaj meetings were arranged and where Mahatma Phule used to discuss the reformist idea. Okay, next, due to Jyotiba's encouragement, Narayan Meghaji Lokhande, N.M. Lokhande, founded the Bombay Mill Hands association. Okay, so here you can see that Mahatma Phule was not associated with only a specific reforms, a type of reforms, but his spectrum of reforms and works was wide. Okay, he was also associated with such reform movements. Next, here you can see this is NM Lokhande's image. Okay, this is so Jyotiba also appeared before the Hunter Commission. Okay, this person is William Hunter. Okay, he was the head of Education Commission formed in 1882, where Mahatma Phule strongly advocated for free and compulsory education for primary children. Okay, through Satyashodhak Samaj, he created a new non-Brahmin priestly system where the ceremonies or rituals were conducted by a non-Brahmin priest. Okay, and such first marriage which was conducted by a non-Brahmin priest was held at Otur village. Okay, during the visit of Duke of Connaught visited India, who was the son of Queen Victoria. Jyotiba attended the felicitation ceremony and was dressed as a poor farmer. Basically, he was representing the farmers' lives, his hardship, and the condition in which Indian farmers were living their life. Okay, so he was a genius. He silently presented the overall condition of Indian farmers by just wearing dresses like the farmer used to wear. Okay, at later ceremony in Baikala in Mumbai, Jyotirao Phule was conferred the title of Mahatma by Rao Bahadur Wadekar, marking the first incident where common people has conferred such a great title as Mahatma to a social reformer in India. This was an important event. Even this is also important by the point of view of commission asking the questions. At what place Mahatma Phule was conferred the Mahatma title and by whom? Okay, so just note it down. So these are some literary works of Mahatma Phule. Mahatma Phule wrote many books in which he used to inspire the public, the common man, by writing books and creating awareness. So here you can see this is the list of books. This is the year of their publishment and this is the place where the book were published. Books like Povada Chhatrapati Shivaji Raje Bhosle, Brahmananche Kasab, Gulamgiri, Satyashodhak Samaj, Shetkarache Asud, Ishara are the important books written by Mahatma Phule. Okay. Next set of books are Sarvajanik Satya Dharma, okay, Satsar Part 2, etc. So just note it down. This is the important information for exam point of view. So our last section of this session is PYQs. PYQs are important. Why? Because through PYQs you can communicate with the commission's mindset or their demands, that what the commission is required to communicate or to pass through this examination process. So let's go through the PYQs. Our first question is based on the first girls' school in India started by Mahatma Phule was located at which place. So we have studied this thing and it was in Bhidewada, Budwarpet, Pune. Okay, so तुम्हाला लक्षात येत असेल की मी जे सगळे काही स्लाइड्स घेतले किंवा जे काही इन्फॉर्मेशन घेतलेली आहे ती छोटी जरी असेल पण ती महत्वाची आहे. त्यावर कमिशन MPSC प्रश्न विचारतात. ठीक आहे, आपण परत एकदा बघू. हाऊ मेनी स्कूल्स वेर एस्टॅब्लिश्ड बाय महात्मा फुले. मी मगाशी तुम्हाला सांगितलं आहे की इन ऑल टोटल 18 schools were established during the period of 1848 to 1852. ओके, मूव्हिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग बुक्स वॉज रिटन बाय महात्मा फुले. मी थोड्याच वेळापूर्वी तुम्हाला सांगितलं आहे की बघा, गुलामगिरी, शेतकऱ्याचे आसूड, असे काही जे पुस्तक आहे ते महत्वाचे आहे जे महात्मा फुलेंनी लिहिलेले होते. तर इथे राईट ऑप्शन आहे गुलामगिरी. मूव्हिंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हु वॉज द फर्स्ट मुस्लिम वुमन टीचर असोसिएटेड विथ महात्मा फुलेस एज्युकेशनल वर्क. बघा, आपण मगाशी डिस्कशन केलं आहे फातिमा शेख, ज्या वेळेस महात्मा फुले त्यांच्या घरी शिफ्ट झालेले होते. ठीक आहे, शेखच्या घरी शिफ्ट झाले, तर तिथे त्यांच्या कॉन्टॅक्टमध्ये फातिमा शेख आले आणि त्यानंतर ते एज्युकेशनल वर्कशी असोसिएटेड झाल्या, सावित्रीबाई फुले आणखी महात्मा फुले. तर दॅट्स इट. तुम्ही कळवू शकता तुम्हाला कसा लागतोय हा व्हिडिओ. ठीक आहे, आणखी फॉर फर्दर क्वेरीज यू कॅन विजिट टू आवर साइट as well as our contact number given in the description. That's it for today.